Yo, what's up guys? So we're going to be showcasing off the ultimate Borrel boss monster. This is a Link 5 monster and it's got a pretty good effect, although with any Link 5 it better have a good effect because it's so much of an investment. So anyways, this is going to be a Gaurd Dragon, Link Dragon variant deck where we're going to be able to pull off this card quite consistently. But anyways, what it does require is 3+ effect monsters, and it can't be destroyed in battle or be destroyed by card effects, and neither player can target this card with monster effects, and it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And as a quick effect, you get to target one effect monster on the field and one rocket monster in your graveyard, negate the effects of that monster on the field, and if you do, special summon that monster from your graveyard. And your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation, and you can only use this effect of it once per turn. So pretty much what that means is, if your opponent happens to go first, and you're able to make this card and somehow not get your combo negated, which more than likely probably won't happen, you're able to go ahead and completely stop your opponent from basically surviving that turn. Now in this instance, he went ahead and tried to go for an effect. So what it really comes down to is being able to negate one and then Monster Reborn one of your rocket monsters, which is obviously a really good effect. In this instance over here, the opponent had no chance. I mean, let's be honest here. Once you make this card, if they don't have some out to it, you're going to be winning the next turn because not only can it negate effect, it's immune to basically everything, and then you're going to bring back another monster. And then obviously with Dingirsu and then Savage Dragon, there was really no chance for our opponent here, but that's just kind of how some decks are. And like I said, going second, if you were able to go ahead and pull it off, you'd be a-okay. Now this guy over here is going to be going first, and he's going to go ahead and open up with the Nasty Evil Thorn. This card is so amazing, just simply being able to go for like a one card go for multiple cards. Yeah, even gets Lone Fire off. I mean, you really can't ask for a better play in Aro Mages, although I really don't know what that deck can do. I mean, if your best play is Link Karibo, leave Lone Fire on board, pass, I think you need to rethink what your deck can do, especially when you can open up that good. But honestly, I don't think Aro Mages are that bad. I think they could do a little bit more, but I don't know, maybe he was setting up for next turn. There could have been a lot of things. I mean, you had over 9k life, you should have activated the Pot of Greed. But anyways, let's go and see the Borrel player go ahead and pop off here, because like I said, it is a deck where if you go second and you can make the card, you're winning that turn. Surprisingly, this guy stayed here. If I saw this and I was playing this deck and somehow I messed up my combo that bad, I would have dipped out real fast, I'll tell you that's for sure. But anyways, he's going to go ahead and pop off. So, I mean, a lot of Link Dragon decks do exist already. They are very, very powerful, especially when you mix in the dangers. I mean, you play any combo of those, most people will dip out on you, honestly. But nonetheless, we also have the Heavenly Spheres to go ahead and add extra stopping power to our plays over here. And I'm sorry, Link Karibo, you're not going to be saving anything, and rip his Pot of Greed right out of his hand. And then we're going to go ahead and see, once again, the Borrelend Dragon. If his opponent had a bunch of monsters, it would have been much cooler. But again, more than likely, you got Dingirsu, you got this. Your opponent isn't going to be able to Yugioh. And then on top of that, we can actually make the play even better here. Let's go ahead and see what you can open up with turn 1 for a very strong and powerful play. At first, I was like, wait, Cyber Dragons, a marshalling field, this has got to be some cheese. And then I also saw this card. I don't know what kind of OTK deck this guy is playing with that Trap Hole of Spikes. But nonetheless, I know this card, you guys might laugh at marshalling field, dude, you lose to this card, it happens, man. But this card, I have no idea. What makes it so when your opponent monster that was normal or special summon declares an attack, you destroy the attacking monster, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent equal to the half the original attack. Kind of like a Blazing Mirror Force, although I would probably just recommend playing Blazing Mirror Force. I don't know what other like a mechanic that you wouldn't want to just use that over it. But I believe it does have to be like a direct attack maybe. I don't know, but I just saw this card and I was like, I've never seen this card in my life. It's because no one plays it. Alright, anyways, so we've got Bow of the Goddess with triple negates over here. This is another negate here, so 3, 4, 5 negates. Well, basically this is negate because it doesn't negate an effect. And then on top of that, you get a Monster Reborn. And then he's going to go ahead and just attack right over everything with no monsters left on the field. That's going to be pretty easy. But this is what I wanted to show off. This is important. Quick effect. He's going to go ahead and stop his Apollosa from being able to have its effect. But we're going to get Rocket Tracer so we can actually pull off an OTK. His opponent over here tries to activate the Trap Hole of Spikes, but that's going to go ahead and get stopped by the Savage Dragon anyways. I thought that was a really cool combo right there. Just to mention that you can stop your own cards for a moment. Maybe that there is an effect. Maybe you got Beast King Barbaros in 2019, right? And you want to negate that effect. You can still do that. And I thought that was a really cool play over there. But anyways, now that you guys have seen the ultimate Borrel boss monster gameplay here, because I did mention it when it came out, but I think that it's a hefty hefty investment. More than likely, you'll just make other things. But, you know, sometimes people do want to see these boss monsters in action, so I'm here to deliver it for you guys. So, anyways, let's go ahead and hop right into the deck profile that you guys saw courtesy of Alan TCG over here. I'll link him down below if you guys want to check him out. But here is his build over here. And if you guys want to make suggestions, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Although I think most Guard Dragon variant decks, especially when you mix in with Dangers, they are pretty tight for a room. Although we are playing Unexpected Die here for, of course, Flambeau Guard, just in case maybe your play gets stopped. But you can also throw a Draco Net. There's the Carbondon engine. There's so many other ways to play Guard Dragons too. But anyways, Flambeau Guard is our vanilla monster here, and then we've got the Darkest Diablos. Then 2 copies of Bigfoot, 2 copies of the Chaos Dragon Levianeer, and then 2 copies of the Danger Thunderbird. And then we have 2 copies of Nessie, 1 copy of the Absolute Rider Dragon, 1 copy of the Silver Rocket, 1 copy of the Black Dragon, we'll just call it Black Dragon. And then we got 3 copies of the Star Liege Separate. This is one of the newer cards here. And then we've got the White Dragon, and then we've got the Rocket Tracer, Rocket Recharger, 2 copies of the Jackalope, and then 1 copy of the World Trialist Guard Dragon, and then Rocket Synchron. And then 3 copies of Unexpected Die, 1 copy of 1 for 1, 1 copy of Dragon Shrine, 1 copy of Foolish, 2 copies of Into the Void, 3 copies of Called by the Grave, 3 copies of Quick Revolve, 1 copy of the World Legacy Guard Dragon, 1 copy of Revolve a Boot Sector, 1 copy of Dragon Ravine, 1 copy of Void Ogre Dragon, Savage Dragon. We've got Ib World Chalice Miko. I think that this card is pretty much outclassed, but I guess you can technically make it again if you really wanted to. Like another level 8, but I think that overall, 99% of people are just going to go ahead and go for this. But we also have Ib. We got the Lancelot over here, and then we've got the Borrelend Dragon. Then we got Borrel Sword, Apollo of the Goddess, 3-hour Triple Burst Dragon. Then we got the Nightmare Phoenix, Needle Fiber, and Romulus, and Heavenly Spheres. We got Pisty, Striker, and Elfie over here. And then for the side deck, which actually looks like to be a very viable side deck option for the game here. Triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Pinkatrops, 1 copy of the Ngirsu, 3 copies of System Down, 2 copies of the Hey Trinade, 3 copies of Red Reboot. Also a great other side deck card could be like Evenly Matched. I really like that going second, or even I know Lightning Storm isn't out yet, but it's like that Harpy's Feather Duster, or you can get Regeki's effect out of it, and then you just follow up with like an Evenly Matched or anything else, and it's just great. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay as well as the deck profile for the Borrelend Ultimate Boss Borrel monsters being summoned pretty much every single time, as you guys saw from the gameplay. It's not that difficult to get out. It's just, I think it's not that necessary at the end of the day, because if you're going for a Link 5, you probably won the game anyways. Like, it's just unnecessary. But nonetheless, it's cool just to go ahead and see this card in action. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you are new here, hit subscribe, turn on that bell so you don't miss out on new Yu-Gi-Oh! Boss Monster gameplays, because regardless of how good the Boss Monster is, I love seeing Boss Monsters in action. But anyways, if you guys want to send me in other replays, just like my boy Alan over here, once again, thank you and shout outs to you. Feel free to send in to AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.